Whoever did that needs a raise, man. With the hands pose, like, whoo, this guy knows what he's doing. I'll tell you that much.
All right. Welcome back, everybody, to the Collecting Brothers. I'm John. This is Josh, and today we're talking about this week's toy news. Let's go ahead and jump right in. Sorry. All right. First up, though, from the Four Horsemen, they gave us a little teaser here for Legion's Con. So Legion's Con exclusives is what we were thinking here, and they're calling it the Tale of the Crossroads. And we got four figures here posted. The first one here is the Warrior and the Revenant. So really cool. Two character-ish, not named characters, but just kind of like knights, but looking really, really cool. And it's going to be one set where you can make your choice of figure. So that's kind of the crossroads, right? You get to choose. Do you stay pure of heart and become the noble knight, or do you become a revenant?
That is a really cool set. Sometimes they get into these bright colors of armor, like there's been purples, there's been reds, there's been greens, and while I do appreciate those, something about just the brown leather, the colored steel, super kind of very realistic knight. I love it. Even though it's like minimal paint, the minimal paint that's there, really the weathering brings out everything. And I feel like this is the perfect kind of, it even almost looks like Lord of the Rings orcish-esque, you know what I'm saying? Especially right here with the brown.
The Revenant armor stuff, yeah.
Yeah, and even like the chainmail in between. It just looks super realistic, which I think is good, because it's good to get wacky, crazy colors for people that are into like really fantasy. But then it's also they're also kind of throwing a bone here for the people that are more into like more true to historical, realistic fantasy.
True. For me, I good call out on the goblins, like the Lord of the Rings vibe. For me, I was getting some like good berserk vibes, man. Just that fantasy, like Middle Ages.
No bright colors, right? Just straight black.
Muted, the plagues going around. Like I really do dig these color schemes, and they still bring in the fun colors, right?
Right. Yeah. They give you that random little zombie head.
Yeah, and then the fun colors. So cool thing is you get all those sets where you get two separate torsos, different pauldrons, different neck pieces, a shield, all sorts of heads here. You get the two different helmets with some face plates, the big old I'm not sure what's this head sculpt. Is that the Gorgo head?
I think so.
Okay. But yeah, like so many pieces. Now the like kind of necromancer faceplate, that's exclusive to Legion's Con set. This head will be exclusive to Legion's Con set, and this head will be exclusive to the Legion's Con set. So minus those few things, you're still getting, your money's worth here on these sets. I really do appreciate these like bigger sets that they've been doing. Kind of like the AA20 and CC20 for the Cosmic Legions that they did. Man, the amount of pieces you get in that is just so much fun to pop and swap.
And I think those shoulders are 100% new. From my recollection, I haven't played too much with my newest wave yet, so it could be in the new wave, but I think that's new. The shoulder pieces that are like with broken off pieces and the chainmail hanging down, I think that's a new piece. Okay. I don't think I've ever seen that.
Nice. Always love new pieces here. But the other two figures here are females, and I'm kind of glad they did this. And these are no lacks here. This is let me see what their names are. I can't remember. One is a Chirel, which is apparently a Southeast Asian kind of spirit, kind of like La Llorona for us.
Yeah.
So the Chirel and the Nymph is what these the crossroads would be here. But dude, they do like such a good job on these females. Here's the Nymph. Look at those wings, dude. Oh my goodness, dude. Love that. Again, this is like that high fantasy, right? I love that we're getting into this world here. So here's the whole set here, all the pieces you get in here. So much, dude. I'm not sure which pieces are the exclusive pieces. Probably a couple of the heads, maybe. Maybe one of the two of the accessories. But yeah, dude, I want to talk about this head. This Mama Voodoo doing that juju, right? This is a cool head.
Yeah, especially with that zombie head on top. It really adds to that. And believe it or not, like it's actually a reuse, right? So this is Queen Urxa's head, which Queen Urxa is the queen of the orcs.
Yeah, okay.
So then which is why you can see kind of has the big orc teeth.
Oh yeah, the orc teeth, yeah.
So yeah, this is the Queen Urxa head, Belulith head, and then wo's this one?
It's Ghost of Christmas Past, right?
Oh, I was gonna say Ziri, But yeah,
Oh,
I think it might be both. To be honest, I think they might be reusing Ziri from Ghost of Christmas Past, maybe.
this is Ziri Inspire.
Yeah. So it's Ziri, Ghost Christmas Past, Queen Urx, and Belulith. So all 4 heads we've gotten previously before, but I think repainted phenomenally.
Yeah.
Repainted enough to where you can't even tell. Like I feel like a lot of people, because the Queen Urx is kind of an older figure, really old figure, actually Advent of Decay, they're not going to notice that that's a Queen Urxa head sculpt. Maybe the teeth give it away, and I think the Belulith head sculpt, it's got to be my favorite female sculpt. So I'll take it in any color, in any way. Yeah.
Yeah, no, this is great, dude. I do like the muted colors, getting the soft goods, the cool effect pieces, the belt. Coming in with from my knowledge, the Bastet. You kind of wrapped, torso.
Yeah, it's the Bastet figure for sure.
I love that we're getting more of that. That's a fun figure to have. So yeah, just absolutely loaded. We do have some exclusive pieces here. I'm not quite sure, but yeah, no, this is a solid set, dude. And again, those wings, I love those little like fairy nymph wings, dude. Cool addition. All right, let's jump over to NECA. We're getting a Pee Wee Herman. I'm not a fan of Pee Wee Herman. It just wasn't part of my time, but I can't go wrong with a guy in a suit, right?
Yeah, and it makes sense. NECA always does kind of American pop cult classics. And so I think like if you collect NECA figures, maybe I would say the vast majority of NECA collectors maybe might be fans of Pee Wee. So I think this makes sense for this company.
I agree. I think it fits right in there. Also, I want to shout out their promotional pictures here. They're kind of stepping it up a little bit instead of just showing off the picture or the figure and this white background sort of stuff. They actually got someone to like kind of dress up and be
not dress up, bro. Not dress up. That's Pee Wee. That's Pee Wee.
All right.
Wait, isn't he dead?
No, he's not dead. He's not.
Oh, okay.
Pretty sure he's not dead. But yeah, no, cool packaging. Really, really fun. That door opening up. Here's everything you get with it. And they are calling it the ultimate version of Pee Wee, but you're just getting those heads. The little pterodactyl there. I think his name is Terry. I'm pretty sure. So next up, though, we're getting a comic version of, I guess, this is more like cartoon, but it's an April the Turtle. So I guess there was like some type of special 1994 little special that they did where April turned into a turtle. So deep cut here, but fun little. I like the head sculpt on this, man. I think they did a good job on it. Here she is feeling bad that she's a turtle. She's like, I wish I was a human again.
Yeah, I mean, like, might as well reuse the mold. And if there's even a brief scene or one comic issue where this happens, good on NECA to find the opportunity to just make a new head sculpt and a new weapon, and you have a brand new figure. Yeah,
they'll do it. They'll do it for sure. But there's your April Ninja Turtle, the 5th turtle. All right, next up, let's jump over to McFarlane Toys here. We're getting a return of Superman Cyborg Superman. This is a GameStop exclusive, $26.99. It has pre-sold out. There's good reason, dude. I don't know what McFarlane did on this one, but they did an amazing job. Like good Terminator T1000 vibes here.
Yeah.
The metals look great. The Superman looks good. The blues and reds just whew.
Even the soft goods cape, like it's like
soft goods cape.
It's got that wire on the side. Man, dude, this makes me want, like, I feel like now that they're losing the DC Multiverse license, looking on to next year, they should start doing like American movies kind of like NECA. I feel like they could kind of carve a little market competition with NECA, same price point, kind of in quality, and do Terminator figures, dude. That'd be sick from them.
I mean, they do have their movie maniacs, so they kind of do have a little bit of like, the pop culture kind of,
or even just licenses. Like the relationships with those people. Yeah. Already could be.
Yeah, dude, that'd be fun to get a little, and I think it'd be more fun to play with. Like McFarlane Toys compared to NECA Toys, so much more fun to play with.
True.
And to have like some fun Terminator stuff. Yeah, I'm
some cheap Terminators to play that you're not going to snap. Yeah.
But man, they did a great job on this, dude. So. Really cool Super Return of Superman Cyborg Super. Next up, we're getting a Lantern Corpse, filling up some Green Lantern Corpse. Jade. So
gotta fill up my team before we run out of time.
Exclusive to GameStop. It's like the platinum red. So it's they have the gold and the silver, and then this is like the red. So this is the top tier platinum.
I think this is so cool, especially because DC Multiverse has had ups and downs, and I've had my love-hate relationship with it. But for what I have, I've gotten kind of a lot of the Green Lantern's Corps, like the Kilowog and the John Stewart, right? And so to have a female kind of Green Lantern's Corps character to go on that shelf, I feel like it's actually going to flesh it out completely. Like, because you're going to have the humanoids Plus, you're
Yeah.
gonna have Kilowog and the bird Green Lantern as
Yeah,
the
yeah.
aliens, so you kind of have a little bit of everything. I feel like this female was the last kind of piece, and I'm content now. I feel like with this,
You got a good core.
yeah, like I feel like this female kind of just adds that last bit of diversity that I needed, where it's gonna be a solid shelf. And if we get no more Green Lantern's corpse, Todd
That's all right.
Todd did us good. Thank you, Todd.
Yeah, I think it does. They're doing a good job here. The paint apps look fun. You got the little Adam Eve kind of looking thing, or Adam, yeah, Adam Eve. But yeah, looking great. All right, let's jump over to Black Series. Just a little bit here. They do have a fan stream coming up, but they got a little excited. Andor dropped, so they give us a new figure here. This is the ceremonial drone. Like they did confirm it's more like his dressy up outfit of Krennic, Target exclusive version of Krennic. And holy smokes, dude, let me get to the face sculpt, dude. Sheesh, man, they did a really good job on that Ben.
Yeah, I mean, they even have like when they did the molds for Talos, it came out perfectly as well. Like I can't wait to see people compare the Talos head sculpt to this, because they both have the short hair, they both look like Ben, so we'll see which one's better. And I love the way they posed him with that little head tilt. Oh, snap picture right there. Whoever did that needs a raise, man, with the hands pose. Like, whoo, this guy knows what he's doing, I'll tell you that much.
We were on the verge of greatness.
Yeah, this guy posed him well. Makes me want to buy this. Target exclusive, whatever about it, who cares about it? But one thing I did notice is the pants definitely look baggy and more human casual than most Imperial officers. Like if you look at General Tarkin, Krennic figures, or any Imperial officer, even Deidre, they usually have those chaps where it's very skin on the calf and then it flares out on the thigh.
Yeah,
like more of the
Third Reich pants.
Yeah, more of the Nazi-esque pants. And this ceremonial one doesn't have it. He's very casual, very business classy for this thing.
Yeah.
So new legs there for sure. The new leg sculpt.
Sure. No, yeah, this looks great. Yeah, part of that Andor. Well, then we'll go ahead and cover the fan stream here. That's probably already live for you, but we'll try and get all the news from that wrapped up for you as well. I'm excited to see what they come out, because we got May the 4th coming up, friends. Happy May the 4th, Revenge of the 6th, right? Or Revenge of the 5th, excuse me. However you celebrate, just watch some Star Wars, right? All right, let's keep it going here. SH Figure Arts. They're giving us a Gear Future. I believe this is Gear 5, right? Luffy.
Yeah, Gear 5.
So this is from like the more current manga.
Yes.
So, and I like SH. I know some people are kind of upset about it, but I like that SH Figure Arts is doing like the classic looks, but also doing the more current looks. Don't worry, they're going to get everything out. Like if your character hasn't been done in the way you like it, just give it some time. This is One Piece we're talking about here. You guys are used to watching things for a long time. But yeah, no, this looks good. I think they did a good job on his like little rubbery parts. I'm not sure if they're actually bendy wire or if they're just molded like that. But honestly, it looks like a really fun figure. Okay, they're bendy wire.
Yeah, they're bendy wire, and to be honest, I cannot recall SH Figure Arts ever doing a bendy figure. I think this might be a first for them. So really cool them kind of taking that challenge, seeing how they can incorporate that with their articulation and ball joint scheme. And the effects on this are phenomenal. That running freaking legs where you just, oh my gosh, knocked it out of the park. Even the transition fade you're getting on the paint from the kind of metal to the skin.
Yeah.
They crushed it. The translucent cloud pieces.
Yeah.
Everything about this figure, this is the perfect Gear 5 Luffy, man.
It looks great. I agree. And you get the straw hat. Lots of fun head sculpts or face plates, you can want. So here we go. I think this is due out October of this year. So you can pick it up October. Also nice to kind of like see the editing that happens.
True.
All right, let's keep it going here. We got some more pictures of some JoJo Bizarre Adventure. We got the Elder JoJo, the first JoJo, Jonathan Joestar here. Again, those proportions, that is JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, man. So cool there. Next up with Joseph Joestar, the second JoJo, and finally Jotaro, the third JoJo.
Yeah, all these look phenomenal. And the more I look at them, the more I'm glad they did not go with the super stylized paint apps and kind of the very exaggerated shadow-ish, almost cell shading like that we see in the anime.
Yeah.
But one thing that while I'm seeing these pictures that does concern me is the overall balance of these figures because of the proportions. And you can see how thin some of these ankles are and how thin the calves are in contrast to the huge traps and biceps. That it's just gonna be super top heavy figure. So
Yeah.
I mean, without the stand, and usually figure arts don't come with stands. Some do, but not all do. So I wonder if they'll include stands with these just because of the wacky proportions. It's not their fault. It's the source material. It's just gonna be hard to balance. But I definitely see some issues with these JoJo's Bizarre Adventure figures with balance.
And I agree, especially on Joseph.
Yeah.
Has anyone ever done Eon Flux figures in 1/12 scale?
I believe so.
Oh man, I got to check that out. Because that's also, I love the proportions on Eon Flux, but like really, really lanky and stringy. So it'd be interesting to see that as a figure and stuff. But yeah, no, cool that they're getting some more of these. This was posted by Tasami Nations. So again, really fun for the JoJo fans. All right, let's jump over to Haya. They gave us an official reveal for their super exquisite Super Series 1/12 scale Apollo. Man, they did such a good job on this.
There is no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow. Damn, Rock. Dude, this figure, it looks just like my boy. What was my boy's name?
Carl Weathers, dude. Carl Weathers.
Carl Weathers, man. Rest in peace, Carl Weathers.
Chubbs.
Chubbs, man. Freaking, what's his character's name in Mando?
Grief
Shout out
Karga.
Grief Karga, dude. Freaking
Karga.
legend, Carl Weathers. Likeness is on point. Sculpt looks amazing. Dude, those shorts, soft good shorts. Even though this is all very digital render-esque, like it's I feel like it's the figure, but they're definitely layering some digital stuff on there. Like they're fixing some stuff up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Touching it up.
Yeah, for sure. There's touch-ups. But no, I trust Haya. This is gonna come out phenomenal. To go with that Rocky, man. And to get the Rocky with the bulldog and the gray sweatpants, come on. Man.
Yeah, you got to do that version. You got that's like the most famous thing about Rocky, right? Is those steps. But yeah, this looks amazing. The paint apps on all of the musculature. I love that you're getting the full American suit here that he comes out in, right? And that's also soft goods. Nice and easily removable to get him into this boxing pose. Like they did just, and again, yeah, the Carl Weathers. But that's not all, Josh. They're also going to be thrown in part of the ring. This is everything that you're getting here from Haya. Over there locally in China, you can pick this up for $90. That's a Mayfix. Okay. Here on the state side is going to bump it up like $10-15. So it's like 104 right now over at Big Bad and 115 at Entertainment Earth. But yeah, dude, like
it's so crazy good price with that stand, all the accessories, the soft goods, and then the basically display piece. Yeah. Insane price on there. And then if you go back to the picture, go back a little bit. I had to take a closer look. And I actually think it's just how good the paint apps are that it made me second guess myself. But if you look at the socks and the boots, the way that they were able to do kind of that red and white trim at the end, you know how socks, when they spread out, right, the ink gets spread apart. Dude, for a second, I thought, is that soft good kind of ribbed material as the socks? I thought it was, but I think it's sculpted. I'm pretty sure it's sculpted. But the fact that they can just through paint apps and sculpt alone kind of tricked me to second guess myself that it's soft goods. Phenomenal job on those socks, man, because it looks like socks. It looks like socks, and it's not. It's hard plastic. It's just the illusion of paint.
Yeah.
Dude, now have we gotten any grayscales of freaking Jogo, dude? Dolph, yeah.
No, we don't, but we know we got his likeness from Universal Soldiers, so
I need that, man.
We know that Dolph is down to do figures, right? Because if his likeness is being sold through Universal,
then it's coming.
Right?
That's coming.
We're gonna get him, right? And so Dolph will be fun, dude. And he's got to, I don't know how they pull it.
Drago.
Yeah, Drago. But I feel like they got to make him shiny.
Right.
Because he's like all oiled up in that show.
Clear coat, like some sort of like resiny. That would be really nice. Yeah.
I mean, you can pull it off, spray it down a little bit, but you don't want to get your figure wet. No, yeah, Drago will be cool, dude. He's got to be, and he'll be big too.
Yes. He'll be like a 7-inch figure.
Yeah. So Dolph's a big dude. But yeah, dude, really cool that this Rocky line's just showing up, and we gotta let Rocky fans know that this is out there, man.
Yeah, I want
keep this line alive. Yeah, more of this, dude. Yeah. And,
I'm good on the Creed stuff, but I'll take Rocky 1 through 3.
Creed wasn't bad, dude. I enjoyed Creed. Creed 1 was good. I enjoyed it. I don't think I watched 3, but I watched 2. But Creed 1. But yeah, no, this is great. All right, let's keep it going here. Just a little teasers here. I feel like we've been hearing a lot about this, but this is the amazing Yamaguchi Realtech Ninja Gaiden 3. And again, just bringing out the Kasumi and Ryu. So again, and I think, who else was doing this? Is it Figma?
Nobody.
Okay, just them.
Realtech, but they previously released it was like the purple skin.
Oh, okay.
So this is just the all black kind of version with some updated sculpt. Like it doesn't look 100% reuse.
I feel like there's more details in this one. Maybe it's just the paint apps. I don't know, but
Yeah, these are just kind of there's like maybe some slight changes, maybe sculptural changes, but yeah, recolors of the previous release kind of already because we got a Ryu before already too in a Kasumi.
And the Kasumi looks good, like different outfit. Like I didn't notice the skin tone
Yeah, because I
coming
think the
through
other
here.
one was like purple, I think.
Yeah, yeah. So really fun there. Getting some Ninja Gaiden figures out into the world. All right, friends, that's going to go ahead and wrap up this week's toy news. At this point in the show, we like to kind of look back and think about what's our pick of the week. Josh, what are you thinking? What's your pick here?
Let's see. Let me. Damn, Rock! Come on! There is no tomorrow. Gotta be freaking that figure, man.
Apollo Creed.
Gotta be Apollo Creed. Yeah, gotta be Creed.
Okay. Yeah, I know it's a good figure, man. I can't wait to get my hands on a high. But yeah, for me, I'm gonna give it to the McFarlane Toys Cyborg Superman. That thing just did a really good job. Paint apps look amazing, and I feel like they put all their money into that figure, man, because it came out solid.
Yeah, I think the face is really believable. Like the way they kind of push down the metal and the face comes up, the faceplate, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Like you can feel it's a separate piece. It's peeling off, right? And that's what I mean, like by
The
that's like Terminator 2.
Yeah,
Like the T1000 dude out there, where he rips his whole arm off and it's just a skeleton. So, but yeah. All right, friends, let us know down below your pick of the week. And as always, keep collecting, keep playing, and may the action figure gods smile upon you. Peace.